Hi everyone, this is Jack.
And Nick,
We are from Cloud Elements. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and to leave a comment down below.
the goal of the video today will be to walk through securing an Apex domain with Azure Front Door using Let's Encrypt. We have a blog post for this process as well on our site. The link will be available in the description down below. It's all yours, Jack.
Thank you, Nick. Let's go over the prerequisite of the guide. We need Azure DNS Zone. In our previous video, we show you how to delegate from your name service provider to Azure DNS Zone. If you would like to follow along, check out the video link in the description. Azure KeyVault. The KeyVault will be used to store the generated certificate. This will be used by Azure Front Door at later stage. App Service and Azure Front Door. App Service and Azure Front Door takes a couple of minutes to deploy. For our demo, we have pre-deployed App Service and Azure Front Door. Let's start by generating the certificate for the Apex domain using Certbot. Here's the link to download Certbot. Choose the installer for your platform. In this demo, we'll be running Certbot in Windows Desktop. Once Certbot is installed, let's open up Git Bash. Git Bash is used because Git Bash comes with the OpenSSL pre-installed. We'll need OpenSSL to convert generated certificate to PFX format. It is required for Azure Front Door to use certificate in PFX format. Copy the command from the guide. What this command does is to instruct Certbot to generate certificate only using DNS challenge. Enter the Apex domain. In our case, it's subdomain.cloudelements.ca. Certbot asks us to deploy a DNS record called Acme challenge with the generated value. Now let's switch to Azure Portal. Add a record set. Paste the generated value. And copy and paste Acme challenge. This is the name of the record. Use the URL provided to verify the text record has been deployed. Once the text record has been deployed, press enter for Certbot to complete the DNS challenge. After DNS challenge is successful, Certbot will receive a certificate from Let's Encrypt and store it in the Certbot folder. Next step is to convert the certificate to PFX format. Change the folder to where the newly generated certificate is stored. Copy and paste the command from the guide to Git Bash. Remove password in. Update password out with complex password. This will be your password for the PFX certificate. Update the private key and full chain file name to match the files in your folder. Change the output file name. In our demo, I'm going to name it apex-subdomain.pfx. Check the folder. You will see the newly converted certificate with the name you provided. Select certificate. Select import. give the certificate name. Locate the PFX file. Type in the password used during the conversion. Click Create to complete the import. Click on the certificate. It will show you the version number. Every time you upload a new certificate, a new version number is used. With the certificate set up, we need to make sure Azure Front Door can access the certificate. In KeyVault, select Access Policy Play. Make sure Microsoft Azure Front Door has get permission for secret and for certificate. Next, let's configure DNS zone to allow Azure Front Door to work with Azure DNS. We will create an alias record to the Apex domain. Select record set. In the Azure resource, select our Azure Front Door instance. Click OK. Notice the alias record has been created with Front Door as the alias resource type. AFD verify is added as well as the CNAME.
And you want to keep that CNAME in mind for when you're automating this. If you're scripting it out, I don't think this gets added automatically, so you just have to keep that in mind.
Thanks, Nick. If you're using Azure Front Door version 1, you will need to make sure certificate is uploaded to KeyVault before starting this step. If you originally selected the certificate management type Front Door managed and try to switch to use my own certificate after, Azure will throw the following error when you try to save the configuration. The only workaround in this case is to remove the Apex domain setup and save the configuration, restart the process by uploading the certificate to KeyVault first. Now let's continue to our Apex domain setup in Azure Front Door with the certificate. Type in our Apex domain here. Enable custom domain HTTPS and select use my own certificate. In the KeyVault dropdown, select our KeyVault. Select our Apex subdomain secret. Select secret version. Here we recommend select the latest version. What this means is that later on when we do implement auto renewal, we do not have to come back here to configure to specific version every time we renew the certificate. Click on Add to complete the front-end setup. Now we need to add the routing rule. And save. Nice. It just finished updating the custom HTTP configuration. Let's go check it out. There you go. We now have Apex domain with Let's Encrypt generated certificate.
Thank you, Jack. That was an excellent walkthrough on securing an app service running at the Apex domain behind an Azure Front Door. As Jack mentioned earlier in the video, this guide builds off our previous video, delegating a subdomain from a name service provider to an Azure DNS zone. You can find that walkthrough video link at the end of this video. In our next guide, we'll be taking you through how to automate creating a Let's Encrypt certificate and importing it to an Azure KeyVault using an Azure DevOps YAML pipeline. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below.